Hi Tango Dancer! In this video, we show you 3 ways to use ochos in social dancing. They flow beautifully with the music, they work even in small spaces, and they will make your dancing feel effortless and connected. Let's go! But first, we need to make sure that your pivoting feels very grounded and balanced when you are doing the ochos. So let's review a quick individual technique exercise to make your pivoting feel more grounded.
And this is for both, for leaders and for followers. So what you want to do when you do the ochos is always first find your axis, find the stability in your axis, and always beginning the pivot from the center of the chest. So always we are going to do the dissociation. So it's torso, hips, and then the body will follow the lead of the center. So the center of the chest go first, torso, hips, pivot. And then the torso remain always facing forward. So you can practice this on a wall, on a mirror, and stay always with the upper body facing forward and then dissociating to create a pivot. The first option is this one. This is very simple because we are going to go from the walk, yes, and when I transfer her weight to her right leg and I put my weight in my left leg, I'm going to hold this position, I'm going to keep my right leg behind, and I'm going to invite her to pivot in her right leg. So pivot in this direction, with my center I go around her axis. Remember, leaders, we are leading from the center. It's very subtle, this moment. And then I'm going to open my left shoulder to invite her to do a small forward ocho around my axis. 1. Second forward ocho, now to the right. I open my right shoulder. Yes. Pivot, close. Yes, we collect, and then we are ready to continue with the walk. Yes, so basically we go here, I stay here. It's very important, leaders, that you find stability and you don't go with the center forward here. You want to stay in your axis. Invite her to stay in her axis to do the pivot. 1, 2 ochos, we express something circular with the music, and then we continue the walk.
Followers, remember to use the torso, the center of the chest, to start your dissociation. So here I have the center of my chest towards my partner, that keeps the connection, and here it's torso, hip, leg, like the exercise we did at the beginning. And again, here it's my torso first, then my hip, and then my leg follows. I end up in front of him. When without changing the weight, we can keep dancing.
So now in embrace, this looks like this. So we begin in the close embrace, we are walking, and I'm going to invite Anne to, I'm going to release the embrace to invite Anne to stay in her axis, and I will stay in my axis. So we open the embrace.
So I'm going back to my axis, but I am not here and I am not there. I'm really straight.
And then I invite her to pivot, forward ocho, and here we are going to close the embrace to go back into the walk. So remember, always go back into the close embrace when we are not doing circular, when we are just walking, always in the close embrace.
Now we'll show you another option that we love with a back ocho. We're going to make it more sophisticated by using the cross system, and stay until the end because we will show you all 3 options with the music.
We love this option because we begin with the apertura and we go into the cross system. So I hold with embrace, so I change my weight but I don't change her weight. And I'm going to do only one step with my left foot outside of her. And here I'm going to transfer my weight, I stay here. Again, I draw my center, I invite her to stay in her axis. I do the pivot, back ocho, back ocho, and now we go into the cross.
For the followers, it's important that here, even though you are dissociating a lot, you're staying in front of your partner as much as possible. So here I'm pivoting, torso, hip, leg, and I try to keep my torso towards my partner. He changes my weight, I take a small back ocho, really below his shoulder, pivot, torso, hip, leg, and then transfer the weight, and then cross.
The embrace is very important for these steps because we want to have the space. So here we are in the close embrace, we are sharing the axis, and here I'm going to invite Anne to go to her axis and I will stay in my axis. So if I stay forward, I will fall. I need to stay in my axis, I need to be grounded. To invite her to pivot.
So here I'm straight, I am not here, I'm straight.
Back.
Again straight.
Forward. Yes, and here we are now close in the embrace to go into the cross. Remember always when you want to continue with the walk, you need to close embrace.
These steps are beautiful, but we know as well that it's easy to lose your balance when you are dancing. So if you sometimes feel wobbly when you are dancing, we have a free guide for you, the free Pivot Better guide, where we are teaching you exercises to feel more grounded and stable when you are dancing, individual exercises. It's free, we will put the link for you in the comments below, make sure you check it out. And the third step might look the simplest, but it's actually our favorite. It's walking ochos.
We love this option because from the walk, we are going to start straight away into the ochos. So basically, here I'm going to do a quick change of weight. So basically, from the walk, I go with the left, I hold a little bit with embrace, and I change my weight, but I don't change her weight. And then I start doing the walking ochos. Why we call the walking ochos? Because we are moving on the line of the dance floor, but doing the ochos. So here I'm going to go diagonal, I'm going to go around her going forward. So that's why I need to step with more power, with more energy around her axis to pivot her.
Followers, we are not pivoting here, so we are almost just crossing behind. I'm not really pivoting, I'm just crossing behind here. It's not the same thing as doing this, right? I am not pivoting.
The important thing is that it feels almost like the walk, yes? So when we go into the close embrace, here, when we go into the ocho, we are both pushing the same as in the walk. Vroom, vroom. Yeah, so we need to really power the steps, that it feels nice and it feels really traveling on the line of the dance floor.
So now let's look at all three options with music.
Cuando vi que mi casa negaba y aunque mi alma en tus brazos quedaba, te dejé que es igual que morir. Como duele la carne el zarpazo, así voy a escapar de tus brazos que a mí se aferraron gritando, mi vida se irá si te vas.
This is a great tool to improvise with the music. Why? Because you are doing something linear, and whenever the music changes and you want to express something circular, you can do something very simple like ochos and stay with the music and stay doing an interpretation of the music that makes sense.
Of course, ochos are beautiful, However, they do not work if you don't have a strong base, which is your tango walk. So if you want to take your tango to the next level, make sure you improve your tango walk, the caminata. We have a special video for you on this with the 4 steps to take your tango walk to the next level, the tango walk blueprint. We'll put the link for you in the next video link. Make sure you check it out.
And please keep learning and keep sharing your dancing, because the world of tango needs your embrace.
Absolutely. Thank you for watching and see you next time.
Ciao.